Welcome back, drama lovers! Have we got some piping hot tea for you today? Now, Blake Lively is someone we've all adored for years, but it seems the internet's beloved Gossip Girl is living up to her on-screen persona. And it's not as pretty as we thought. Somehow, Blake has gone from America's sweetheart to, wait for it, public enemy number 1. How did this even happen? Well, buckle up because the mess is real, it's juicy, and TikTok detectives have been working overtime to dig up the dirt. Turns out, Blake might just be the queen of the mean girls. Like Regina George vibes, but in real life. And what's even crazier, she didn't just throw herself under the bus. Oh no, she decided to bring her husband Ryan Reynolds along for the ride. Our Deadpool darling, Hollywood's golden boy, has officially been dethroned. And trust me, y'all, the revelations are scandalous with a capital S. But wait, that's not all. In classic Hollywood fashion, Blake decided to throw in some accusations of her own, targeting her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni. But spoiler alert, that totally backfired, and the internet has been living for this double dose of drama. Oh, and speaking of Blake and Ryan, you know that picture-perfect couple goals relationship we've all been swooning over for years? Yeah, turns out that started with a whole lot of lies and some, questionable choices. Hold on to your seats because we're about to spill every single detail. This tea is so hot you might want to grab some oven mitts. Alright, without wasting any more time, let's dive into the madness that is Blake Lively's current PR nightmare. I mean, where do we even begin? Honestly, it's like Blake's life has turned into an episode of Gossip Girl, but this time, she's both the gossip and the girl. And all of this chaos has exploded in just few weeks, right after the premiere of It Ends With Us. Now, here's where things start going off the rails. We all know how much fans of books hate when Hollywood butchers their favorite reads, right? Well, Blake just went ahead and proved their worst fears true. She didn't just mess up her role as Lily Bloom in It Ends With Us, she completely obliterated the film's press tour. Instead of focusing on the story's deeply emotional core, she's been turning every interview into a self-absorbed fashion show. Girl, read the room! You'd think Blake would get it, considering she didn't just star in the movie, she produced it too. But no, she's been out here treating the whole thing like it's a light-hearted rom-com. Like, seriously, Blake, have you even read the book? This is a story about domestic violence, and here you are talking about floral dresses and glamorous red carpets. I don't normally dress like this in real life, but, I'm doing interviews, so I'll wear a crazy pattern and, these super expensive rings. They're like my comfort blanket, except, a really expensive one. Blake, sweetie, that's exactly what we needed to hear while promoting a film about trauma and abuse. You can almost feel the secondhand embarrassment creeping in, right? But guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Trust me, things get way worse from here. Okay, so we've got to talk about that infamous interview clip. You know the one I'm talking about? The one where Blake was asked how she'd handle fans sharing their personal stories about domestic violence with her. And how did Blake respond? Oh, just in the worst way possible. Like, asking for my address or my phone number? I could just location share you, and then we could...
You can put my address or my phone number or my location share. Or I could just location share you and then we could,
Yeah, no, Blake, this isn't a joke. Fans are sharing real stories about real trauma, and you're out here talking about location sharing? Even her co-star Brandon, who was sitting right next to her, looked like he wanted to disappear into the floor. I mean, his face said it all. He was so done. Blake really missed the memo on this one, didn't she? Now, here's where things go from bad to downright disastrous. Not only has Blake been botching interviews left and right, but she's also been using the press tour to shamelessly promote her hair care brand. Yep, you heard me right. While everyone's talking about this heavy, emotional film, Blake's out here hawking her business like it's a side hustle. If she'd just dropped a one-time plug, maybe, just maybe, we could let it slide. But no, Blake's been slipping her brand into every single opportunity. And I kid you not, her Instagram bio doesn't even mention the movie she's promoting. All she cares about is her hair care line. Priorities, am I right? Meanwhile, her co-star Justin Baldoni is out here doing the actual work. His Instagram bio includes links to domestic violence helplines, because, that's what the movie's about. Blake and Justin are in two completely different worlds. Now, I know what you're thinking. Maybe this is just a PR blunder? But oh no, Blake's been making waves on social media for all the wrong reasons. When asked why she wasn't promoting the movie on her socials, she gave the most tone-deaf response imaginable. Are y'all ready for this? They don't pay me to promote the movie, so why should I? So there it is, the almighty dollar. Forget the message of the film, forget the fans, and forget the whole reason this movie exists. If Blake's not getting a paycheck, she's not interested. Girl, I can't. Okay, so just when you think things can't possibly get worse, they do. Blake wasn't done stirring up drama. Oh no, our girl decided to drag her co-star, Justin Baldoni, into her mess. And how did she do it? By accusing him of fat-shaming her postpartum body on set. Yep, that's right. Here's the tea. Apparently, there's a scene where Justin had to lift Blake into the air before kissing her. Justin, being the responsible guy he is, asked the on-set trainer how much Blake weighed, because, fun fact, he has a history of back problems. Like, no one's trying to break their spine here, right? But Blake didn't see it that way. She flipped out and accused him of fat-shaming her. Fat-shaming? Girl, really? The internet exploded with this one, and people were not having it. I mean, come on! This was clearly about safety, not body shaming. And guess what? Blake's skeletons came tumbling out of the closet after that. TikTok detectives dug up an old interview from 2016 where Blake was the one doing the shaming. I mean, what was Blake thinking? She was out here making body comments herself. The internet never forgets, honey, and receipts have been provided. Oh, but wait, there's more. Blake wasn't done with Justin yet. She also accused him of holding a kiss for too long during a scene. Like, Blake, how many straws are you going to grasp at before this all falls apart? And trust me, people on set have been spilling the tea about the constant tension between Blake and Justin. Apparently, the hostility got so bad that Baldoni would rather mop the ocean dry than take on another project with Blake. Now, if you thought this couldn't get any worse, let's talk about Blake and Ryan Reynolds' relationship. Oh yeah, their perfect marriage is under the microscope now, and let's just say there are some serious red flags. Remember when Ryan was married to Scarlett Johansson? Well, during the filming of Green Lantern, Ryan met Blake, who was dating Penn Badgley at the time. The ink was barely dry on Ryan's divorce papers before he and Blake were tying the knot. And that's not all. They chose to have their wedding at a literal plantation. You heard me right. A plantation with a dark history of slavery. Talk about being tone deaf. Timeless? Yeah, that's the part you decided to highlight? A plantation, Blake? Really? The backlash was swift, and while Blake did apologize years later, it's clear that this couple's not-so-perfect past has officially caught up with them. Whew, that was a lot, right? So, where do we go from here? Well, Blake Lively's once golden reputation is definitely tarnished. And as for Ryan, he's in the hot seat too. I mean, people are seriously questioning everything about this power couple now. The perfect, quirky image? Cracked? Will they survive this media firestorm? Or are we about to witness one of the biggest celeb downfalls in recent memory? Let me know what you think in the comments below because, honey, I'm dying to hear your takes on all this. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss a single drop of tea in the future. Trust me, there's more to come. I'll see you in the next one.